Welcome back to the Who's Yanks. We talk everything Canada soccer and U.S. soccer. Tonight I'm going to be doing a recap of the CONCACAF Gold Cup semifinal match between Mexico and Canada, where in this one, Mexico scores a late winner, 2-1, to seal the win and to punch their ticket into the CONCACAF Gold Cup Championship to play the U.S. And unfortunately, it's a heartbreak for La Rouge. But let's get right into it. So Canada plays a 3-4-3 in this game, which is surprising because you would think that Canada would sit back and defend here and probably drop even 4 or 5 in the back, but no, they do three. They do 3 in the back, and they try and go for an attack against this Mexican side. And so we go here. And I think starting in net we have Maxime Crepeau, outstanding job from him, by the way. I'll get into him more in detail later. And in the defense we have Kamal Miller, Donnell Henry, and Alistair Johnson. And then your midfield you have Richie Larea, Mark Anthony Kaye, Stephen Stachio, and Tejan Buchanan. And then your top 3 up top, you have Jonathan Osorio, Tesho Akindele, and Junior Hoylett. And then we get right into the game summary where in the 9th minute we have Mexico has space and time, plenty of it. They decide to take a shot, but it goes right to Maxime Crepeau. Easy save, but wait, actually it's not an easy save because he spilled it, but he was able to recover. Then in the 13th minute, Richie Larea breaks through the Mexican defense. He has a shot, but the Mexican keeper makes a brilliant save. 16th minute, Mexico continues to knock on the door as Funes Mori has a shot, but is blocked in front of net and cleared away by the Canadian defense. 17th minute, there's miscommunication in the back, if I can say that correctly. There's miscommunication in the back from L3 as Canada pounces on it first. Stephen Stachio is first on. He has a shot, but it sails over and right over the net. 27th minute, Mexico gets a attacking chance as Gallardo runs towards the net, but Maxime Crepeau he just clears it. Brilliant job from him so far, and he's going to keep having an outstanding game too. 30th minute, Mexico tries to catch Maxime Crepeau off his line and tries to do a far chip shot, but Crepeau sees it all the way. Then we jump all the way to the 43rd minute where there's a questionable penalty call, well, no call actually, and it goes to VAR, and VAR says that there's a penalty, which, no, for me, no, this is not a penalty. I thought he won. I thought it was a clean tackle, just like the one in the U.S. Qatar game. I thought James Sands for the U.S. did an outstanding job. He actually got a toe poke on it, but apparently that was enough to call it overturn the call, and it ended up being a penalty. But whatever, he missed anyway for Qatar. But for this one just frustrates me, as I personally thought Canada got the ball here. I thought it was a great tackle, and I thought Mexico got bailed out by the ref here. And just like U.S. Qatar game, I thought that was a good tackle. But we take the penalty, 45th, first minute of stoppage time. Pineda steps to take it for Mexico. He's cool, calm, collective, buries the penalty, waits for Maxime Crepeau to move, and then he makes his move. It's 1-0 for L3. Tough way to end the half for La Rouge, but it is halftime. But despite that penalty call, Canada looked wonderful this half, and they're really just pressing Mexico and really playing scrappy and aggressive and not afraid to take the fight to Mexico, despite the penalty being called against them. And that's what I like to see. That's what I was looking for the most, is from this Canadian side, is how much of the fight were they willing to take to this L3 side. And they took quite a bit of fight to them, which I thought was great. And then we go to the 47th minute where Tejan Buchanan has a shot, but is blocked away by the Mexican keeper. 57th minute, though, Tejan Buchanan would redeem himself as he would run down the sideline. Mexican defenders would plead for an offside call, but they would not get it. Tejan Buchanan does a shimmy and has a shot, and he scores. It's 1-1. Canada has equalized, and La Rouge have also allowed for Mexico to concede their first goal of the tournament, surprisingly, as Mexico, before this one, has never conceded a goal in the Gold Cup tournament this year. But thanks to Tejan Buchanan, he breaks that record. They now have 1 goal conceded on them. 58th minute, Junior Hoylett has a great look, but is saved by the keeper from Mexico. And as you can see here, Canada has really begins to get some energy off that Tejan Buchanan goal, and we really try to turn that energy into chances as they will get chances that mount for them, but unfortunately they wouldn't convert another one. In the 64th minute, another VAR decision, as there's a foul near the corner at the inside of the box. The decision, penalty for Mexico. I can't believe what I saw this game. There's a lot of penalties with VAR being handed out, but ugh. As well as the refereeing decision in this game was just really questionable. Mexico just had a lot of fouls that they got awarded towards them, while Canada had very few. I mean, it felt that way at least. The stats say something different, but it felt that there were a lot more fouls being called against Canada than there were for Mexico, but stats say otherwise. But anyway, we go to the 66th minute. Carlos Salcedo volunteers to step up and take it, but Salcedo takes it. It's saved by Crepo. I told you guys he have more to say on this game. It's still 1-1 for Canada. Maxime Crepo comes up huge. I mean, probably one of the best saves that he's ever had, I wonder. Then we jump all the way to the 87th minute, where Funes Mori has a difficult header, but just misses a tiny bit wide of the post, and that almost could have been the game winner here for L3. Canada dodged the bullet for now, but in the 88th minute, shortly after, the game is stopped further. Once again, that nasty chant from the Mexican fans. FIFA's got to honestly do. They got to do harder about this. I mean, I don't want to stray away too much, but I'll talk about that after the game too. But something's got to be something harsher. There's got to be harsher penalties for this. But anyway, game goes on. I'll talk about that. The 90th minute, with the 4th minute of stoppage time, Mexico has a ball that swung in from the corner. It's headed towards target, but once again, another huge save from Maxime Crepo, standing on his head. He arguably one of the heroes for this tonight for Canada. Unfortunately, though, his heroic efforts didn't make the cut. But in the 9th minute of stoppage time, so we're in the 99th minute basically, Mexico sends a ball into the box, and Hector Herrera just punches it in. As none of the Canadian defenders can clear it out, there is nothing Maxime Crepo can do. Hector Herrera just punches it past Maxime Crepo into the back of the net in the dying minutes of the game. Heartbreak here for LaHouche and the LaHouche fans. So close to forcing extra time without three. Well, there's a last-ditch effort in the 103rd minute, or the 13th minute now of stoppage time, as Canada gets a corner kick, but there's a foul prior to the corner, and that basically is the way it ends. L3's goal at the end turns out to be enough for them to advance to play to the finals against the USA, and Canada has crashed out of the Gold Cup, but at least they fought a tough game, a tough fight against Mexico. They weren't afraid to take it to them, and I'd say we take this going forward as a positive note, despite what it seems like. But we'll look at the stats now, as Mexico has 14 shots. Canada had 9. 7 of those shots for Mexico on target to Canada's 3. 61% possession to 39% possession. 458 passes to Canada's 299 passes. 78 pass accuracy to 70% pass accuracy. 17 fouls to 18 fouls, which is here once again. I felt that there were more fouls against Canada, but the stats say otherwise. 2 yellow cards to 4 yellow cards. No red cards. Mexico had no offside. Canada had 1 offside. And 4 corners to 2 corners here for L3. Now, as I said, tough loss for Canada. They came up short. So close to going the extra time. And boy, oh boy, Tata Martino would have lost this game. Even if I think they would have won in extra time, I think he still would have been on the massive hot seat here. As, Mexico, they expect him to do better, as he's especially after losing to the U.S. here in the Nations League last month. But Mexico finds a way. They get it done, and it's tough for Canada. It's heartbreak, but so close. But hey, we look forward to World Cup qualifying. If this game was like this without Canada's A team, oh man, I can't wait to see what World Cup qualifying is going to be like. But other than that, Tejan Buchanan and Maxime Crepo came up huge for this game. As I said, Maxime Crepo with the penalty save, and Tajon Buchanan with the golazo. And just those two really had a big say in this game, keeping La Rouge in it for the most game. But as I said, their heroic efforts will come up short, and they will be in vain. But let's keep our heads up for La Rouge. Remember, as I said earlier, Canada took it to Mexico without their A team. Imagine if they had Alfonso Davies, Jonathan David, a healthy Io Akinola, a healthy Kyle Larin, a non-suspended like Stephen Victoria. Imagine if they had all the players. They had everybody healthy, everybody back. I mean, imagine what this game could have looked like for Canada. They very well could have won it. Could have surprised Mexico, and may have gotten even Tata Martino fired if they really did enough damage. But unfortunately, that's not how it ends. As I was really, this really hurts me. I was looking forward to seeing another La Rouge versus the Yanks championship battle. This would have been 2.0 stakes higher, but nope, it's going to be USA versus Mexico again. So here we go. But as I said, keep your heads up. Canada was able to take it to Mexico like this. Imagine what they can do with their A team in come World Cup qualifying in October and later on in the winter. It's going to be exciting just thinking about that. But tonight does leave us a bitter taste in the mouths of many La Rouge fans. But we got to keep looking forward. We got to find some positive stuff from this game, even though it's going to be hard. But we got to find it. But as I said earlier, something's got to be done about the chant from Mexico. I mean, this is just bad. Once again, I mean, this is like the second or third time this is happening in this tournament alone. We already talked about the Nations League, how they had that too with the United States, but something's got to be done here, as I said earlier. I mean, FIFA's got to have harsher penalties for this. I mean, you cannot keep letting Mexico get off the hook by saying these heretic chants and all these just nasty homophobic chants or whatever it is. It's frustrating. It's super frustrating every time the game has to be stopped for a chant. It shouldn't happen like this, especially in the game of football or soccer in 2021. There should be harsher penalties for this. And I think they already said Mexico is going to be banned for having fans in the stands for the first two games they lived in qualifying. But something's got to be hard. Something hard's got to be done. That's not enough. You got to I don't know. It might take them bearing from ever qualifying for a World Cup in 2022 or 2030, since they're hosting in 2026. But whatever it is, FIFA needs to find harsher rules, just harsher penalties for this nasty chant that I can't stand, and I've been hearing it for years. It's just something's got to be done. But enough griping about that. One thing I did like about this is that there were mini scraps in between after each foul or any play between the Canadians and the Mexicans in this one. And it just shows that, hey, a new rivalry could be on the rise. And could this truly be the birth of a new rivalry? I know Mexican fans really won't want to call it a rivalry, but if Canada keeps rising on the way they are, I think they might also be in the talk for a challenge for the new kings of CONCACAF. So that's going to be also fascinating to watch and also look out for. But I know many Mexican fans, as I said earlier, are not going to want to believe that Canada are in the running or are also going to try and challenge for that crown. But from what I saw tonight with Canada's B team, basically, Mexico better just be prepared. Be prepared for Canada. Remember, we can't sleep on this Canadian team anymore. We gotta watch out for them coming up. But that's one thing I do want to leave off this game off on a positive note. Just keep your heads up. Canada, it's gonna gotta find some positives to take away from this game, as they were so close. But take this energy, take this positive going into World Cup qualifying, and things may begin to look up in the future for the future of CONCACAF in Canada in terms of dominance and challenging for Mexico. But that pretty much does it for this video. If you like this video, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Tell all your friends that Canada has came up short and have been heartbroken by Mexico.